In this video, we're going to be using Crowne and Crane, Tobacco Leaf and Amber, and the Maxwell June Razor. Stay tuned. Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB, and thanks so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Before we get into the content today, I must remind you that this video is brought to you in part by our sponsor Leaf. I'll pop up the leaf and the twig right there. If you'd like 5% off your order at Leaf, use discount code IAMCDB right there and save yourself some money while shopping at Leaf. All right, today's soap is Crowne and Crane, and this is Tobacco Leaf and Amber, and it's a beautiful warm scent. Let's go ahead and put the notes for you right there. Kind of reminds me of tobacco vanilla, whatever you want to call it. Warm scent, scent strength about medium. Very well priced soap. The cost on this is $16.95 for 5 ounces, or on a cost chart there, a good price of $3.39 per ounce. Tallow-based soap. We'll put the ingredients for you on the screen right there. And I have really enjoyed using Crowne and Crane soaps. Well priced, easy to lather, really nice scents. In fact, let me show you a picture of the lather from today right there. And as you can see there, no problem whatsoever with the lather, although it has been sitting here for about 20 minutes while I was waiting for my wife to get up, so it may have lost some of its luster. All right, the razor for today is the Maxwell June razor, which this time it is rolling with the shorter handle, which I prefer. And as you can see there, it's got 2 blades in it. Now the blades, I can't say what these blades are because these are special blades. You'll hear about them soon enough, but the Maxwell June razor uses a DE blade, and you use the loading mechanism. And I'll link their loading video below. And it snaps the blades and puts them in the razor. And then you have 2 half DE blades in the razor. So we look forward to trying this again today. We have tried it once before. And let's get into it. Let's get this lather mixed up a little bit because it's been sitting for a good while. So hopefully it's still in good shape. The brush, I hope you can see this. This is the old TSE Brush of the Gods brush that was made for me. Rudy Vey made it, but it was sent to me by Tim Berger of Ohio. And I don't know if you can see that in the back there, the logo and all of that. But it's pretty awesome. Thank you, Tim. If you're still watching, I haven't heard from Tim for a long time. I hope you're still around and watching, Tim. All right, we're going to mist the face here and just get right into the shave today because I'm running a little bit late, actually. So let's get to lathering. I'm going to tell you something, folks. If you're watching a channel or if you're browsing posts on Facebook or Instagram and wherever, and you see somebody saying you need to spend $5 and $6 an ounce to get a good lather out of a shaving soap, no, you do not. There are so many well-priced shaving soaps out there, like this one today, Crowne and Crane at $3.39 an ounce. It produces a fabulous lather. Even though it's been sitting, there's some good hydration in it. And what happens when your lather sits, it just loses hydration and starts to break down over time. And this has been sitting for a good while, and it's still plenty good enough. So you do not need to spend a king's ransom on a shaving soap to get a good lather. What you need to do is work on your technique, lathering, to make sure you get a good lather. It's not about how much you spend. This hobby in general is not about, in any way, shape, or form, about how much you spend. Now, I like premium hardware and stuff like that, just because I appreciate it, but you don't need it. So if you're on a budget, you can still participate in this hobby in full. Believe me, plenty of affordable, great products. I like to use a little bit of everything, but when I see people and they're like, oh, you need to spend $5, $6 an ounce to get a good shaving soap, absolute rubbish. And if you hear that, walk away. Walk away, because it's just simply not true. There are so many great soaps that can be had at, as little as $2 and something an ounce. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's go with the Maxwell June today. Very nice there. This razor is very interesting because it pretty much, you get it at the cutting angle and it cuts, or you don't get it at the cutting angle and it doesn't cut. So that might be safer for a new person, that you're really worried about razor burn or something like that. And I think this probably is a good gateway device to traditional shaving. This is aluminum, and it runs about $99 on the Maxwell June website. Now, Maxwell June sent this razor for me to put with the other razor that I was trying that belongs to Kim Gray. So thank you, Maxwell June, although they did not sponsor this video. I enjoyed using this on my face, and I am enjoying it today. When I used it on my head, and I haven't aired that video yet, I did not enjoy it, but multiple times throughout that video I said, it's on me. And the reason is, you have to get the angle on this right or it doesn't cut. And on the face where it's relatively flat, it's very easy. And I would say intuitive. On the head, I found it to be a little more challenging. And the reason why is I used mostly the leaf pivots. And if you don't keep this at the right cutting angle, it just will not cut. So for me, it was not a winner on my head, but I like it very much. On the face, it feels mild, but you got two blades cutting. And I think it's for people who are coming from cartridge razors, it's going to feel familiar to you. It's not going to feel like a DE razor because it's very light. It's going to feel like a cartridge razor. But you don't have cartridges, which are expensive, so you can use these very inexpensive DE blades, which are, sometimes you can find DE blades, 100 pack as low as $5-6. And so it is much, much cheaper than it would be using a cartridge razor. So to me, this is one of those devices that certainly could bring people to the traditional side of the house, and I like that. So good on Maxwell June for that. But I will air that head shaving video, but I must caveat that multiple times throughout that video, I'm like, hey, that's on me. I'm just not dialing it in. And I found it hard to dial in just from one use. I would have to take some time and really use the razor a lot before I would get accustomed to keeping that perfect angle across all the curves and contours of the head. So, but on the face, I think it's very intuitive, easy to use, and I like it. Now the soap here, Crowne and Crane, very, very good. Very, very good price. She has a lot of different scents. I don't think I've missed on a scent yet from Crowne and Crane, which is really unusual. Almost every artisan, I'll find scents I don't like. I mean, because you can't love everything. But Crowne and Crane, I am 100% on enjoying the scents, that is extremely rare. She has a lot of inspired scents. And this one to me kind of reminds me of, like I said, Sterling Haverford. It's a warm scent. You get the tobacco, some vanilla, a little bit of amber. Very nice. The quality, very nice. When you lather these soaps and you get the best out of them, the quality is very good. They're very slick. Now, I know before I would have folks who would say, you know, when I talked about Sterling, and I've used Sterling, I've lathered my face with Sterling, washed it off, and just used residual slickness just to prove Sterling is indeed slick. But folks will say, oh, it's not as slick as this much more expensive soap. To me, that's just foolishness, and just my opinion. If you lather a soap properly, you get hydration in it, it will be slick. Bar soap will be slick. Just about anything will be slick. And so almost any reputable soap on the market is going to have more than enough slickness if you lather it properly. You are the biggest factor in determining whether something is slick or not, the way you lather it. So if you're not lathering it well, it won't be slick. If you are lathering it well, it will be. It's that simple. We tend to use gear as sort of a crutch, you know, in this hobby a lot. Oh, it was the razor's fault. No, it wasn't. It was your fault. Unless the razor literally broke down during the shave, it was you. It wasn't the razor that performed poorly. It was you. The razor is just there to hold the blade in. It's up to you to wield it properly. And in a similar fashion, the soap is there to be lathered properly. And when you get it right, you should have a very slick and nice experience. In almost every soap on the market that's reputable. Reputable meaning you see it and hear about it. And it's known to be of good quality. But there are lots of people who will die on that hill and just say, this soap is so much slicker and better and blah, blah, blah. I'm just not one of those people. I believe if you lather the products that are out there properly, you'll get a good result. And I have missed with some in the past, you know, not lathering them properly and then later had to come back and eat crow and go, it was on me, you know. So I had that happen with sebum, for example, which is an expensive soap. But I did not use enough product. I messed up. It was on me. But I kind of blamed the product during the shave, and I, later had to come back and eat some crow on that. I think it's incumbent upon us to try to get the best out of these products and, lather them properly. And just like this razor on the dome, if I owned this razor and use it a lot, eventually I would get a good shave on my head. I have no doubt. But since I don't own it, just that one shave, it just wasn't fantastic for me. But that's me. That's my technique and so on. So just want to emphasize that point today, that most of these products are quite good. But you, as the traditional shaver, have to be good too. And if you're not, sometimes you'll get subpar results. And a lot of times people blame the products, and I have been guilty of that myself in the past. I'll always come back and correct the record if I make a mistake. That's just me. But I will tell you this. Like I said before, if someone tells you it is mandatory for you to spend $5+ an ounce for a shaving soap to get a good quality soap, walk away, unfollow them, unsubscribe. No, don't do that. I'm joking. Don't unfollow and unsubscribe, because you should listen to what everybody has to say. I'm joking there. But I would say that is, I think, foolish to suggest that you can only get great shaves from expensive products. I've found that just not to be true. Although you can also get great shaves from expensive products and really enjoy the luxury of the expensive products. There's absolutely nothing wrong with premium products. So it's still pretty good there. But there's also absolutely nothing wrong with budget-friendly products like the Crowne and Crane today. It's awesome. And I have a great slick lather here today. And it didn't cost me $5-6 an ounce, which is, awesome. Then you have soaps that are quite expensive, and you'll get great results from those too. There's room for everything, but I never like it when someone says you must spend, all this money to participate in this hobby, because you don't need to. It is not required for you to get a great result. And some people try to make that connection. The more you spend, the better result. No, you are responsible for the result. And if you get products that you get the best out of, you'll get a great result regardless of cost. And so that today is that's sort of the sermon today for you new folks. Let's talk a little bit about the razor. This razor, again, is a good approximation, or it's most similar to a cart razor in that it has more than one blade. It's very light, like a cart razor generally is. But it has the advantage of using DE blades, which are much less expensive. And that is great. And then you don't have the plastic waste and all of that. And that's great as well. And so you sort of get the benefits of the cart minus the pivot. The one thing this razor is missing that most cartridge razors have, not all, but most of the top cartridge razors have a pivot, which for me, I think is great on the head. I don't really need it so much on the face, although it doesn't hurt on the face. But otherwise, you're getting a mild, easy-to-use razor that's, I think, on the face, fairly intuitive to use. Now, the hardcore traditionalists out there, they will poo-poo it because it's like a cart. But for me, you know me. I use a little bit of everything. I see the virtue in most things. And I think this is one of those razors that could bring people in and, get them started. And maybe then they try some other things. The soaps, the aftershaves, the brushes, and that's awesome. So these razors really have to me, they have a place. First of all, it's actually shaving well. It's mild, so I'm making more strokes than I might if I was using a more efficient razor. But I'll still get a great shave from it, and it has the benefit of perhaps bringing some people to the hobby, which I'm always in favor of. And as you can see there, as I rinse the razor, perfectly clean, which means we've got, good hydration in the lather. It's not sticking to the razor or anything like that. And boy, it's been an enjoyable shave. The Crowne and Crane is just good stuff, folks. If you haven't tried it, check it out. Now, I bought this one from the razor company, but when I went to look, it was sold out. So I'll put links below for the Crowne and Crane website. Crowne and Crane has been a brand that I've used more and more, and I've yet to miss. I am very happy with it. It's a very good quality soap, and she's not requiring you to take out a second mortgage to buy a few of them. All right, awesome shave today, folks. Very nice indeed. All right, with that, let me rinse, then we'll come back and get into the post. Stay tuned. And all right, we are back, and off cam we did a warm water rinse to remove the soap, and then we used our PAA alum, no stinging, so that was a super smooth shave, no nicks, cuts, creepers, sweepers, irritation, bubbles, or troubles. Really enjoyed the shave. Following the alum, we did a cool water rinse, and then we toweled off with our Lancaster towel prior to using the Magic made by Witches, Thayer's Witch Hazel Cucumber. Excellent shave today with Crowne and Crane, tobacco leaf, and amber. Really good stuff. I really love Crowne and Crane. Had a great shave. I also had a great shave with the Maxwell June razor. I really did prefer the short handle. I liked it. 2 blades, so it resembles a cart and doesn't feel like a DE razor, but I don't mind that at all. I think this is a razor that could bring some folks to traditional shaving, and I like that. So for me, it was a good shave today. We're going to finish it out with a scent that I just love. This would be in my list of all-time favorite scents. This is Southern Witchcrafts, what's it called? I forgot. Gravefruit. Man, it's good, and I think it's coming back at some point in the near future. So, man, that's going to be exciting for some folks who haven't tried it. Man, whew, that is a great scent. I absolutely love it. It is just one of my all-time favorite scents. It is exceptional. All right. Thank you all for joining me today. I really appreciate you. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB, reminding you, it's your shave, do it your way. And as always, God bless.